Hi, I decided to make a recording in English as well of a presentation I gave at the government offices of Sweden yesterday, June 2025. I call it AI, the big picture. I'm going to spend roughly 10 minutes talking about the big perspectives of AI. My name is Johan Falk. I run a think tank on AI's impact on society. I have a varied background, which you can read more about at my website if you would like to. So before starting, just a few minutes on what AI I'm talking about, because it's important that we start on the same page to understand what kind of AI this is. First, there is narrow and general AI, general purpose AI. For 75 years, something like that, we have had AI systems built to automate specific tasks, and we've succeeded more or less well on this, like interpreting handwritten text and finding cancer cells in X-ray images. For a few years now, we've had a more general purpose type AI that is, well, handling language in a convincing way, which means that we perceive these machines as if they can think. And those can be used for much more things. And in fact, this is affecting basically all cognitive labor that is being done. And several of the big AI companies have their, as a stated goal, to be able to replace most of the cognitive work we do today. Second thing is that AI is not like normal or our normal types of computer programs. They are basically computer programs written by computers. They grow organically from the data we build them from. And we can, when they're built, we can study them, try to understand how they work, and we succeed to a small part in this, but definitely not in a way that we understand them fully. And that means that we have difficulty controlling them. You have probably heard of jailbreaks and things like that. We can't tell them to definitely act in a certain way or definitely not act in a certain way. And also we cannot predict new capabilities of the next generation of AI models. Thirdly, we shouldn't only think about these machines as chatbots. You write text back and forth on a computer screen. They can consume a lot of different types of media right now and other types of data. But more importantly, they can be used to control computer programs on your computer, use web services on the internet, also control different types of machines. And there are a number of companies in the world building AI robots today as well. And right now, AI's ability to use different types of tools and also make plans and follow up on plans to carry out comprehensive tasks is growing very rapidly. So with this as background, let's dive into the most important things to understand about AI. And the most important thing is the pace of AI development. If you blink or don't follow the AI news for a week, you'll be surprised because there's always new things happening. And right now we have AI systems, or actually a few months ago, we have AI systems that are absolutely in the top class, world class when it comes to programming. In competitive programming, there are few humans on this planet that can perform as well as AI systems. We also have AI systems that have created hypotheses and proposed research questions at the same level as professional research teams. And we had AI systems writing and submitting research papers that have been accepted, not in the top journals, but in other situations. So that's the capabilities of AI right now, spring 2025. And it's accelerating, it's advancing in a almost incomprehensible pace. For more than a decade, we have become 10 times better at building AI for every year that has passed. GPT-3, created in 2020, took at least a month to train for OpenAI. And in 2024, the best computer or the best computer cluster could do the same thing in 4 to 5 minutes. But we're of course not only spending 45 minutes on creating new AI models. We're spending, the AI companies are spending roughly a month or so to run these trains, which means that we can build much more powerful AI systems now than we could do a few years ago. And we don't have any good way of predicting the capabilities of the next and next generations of AI. But one interesting, that perhaps the best way of measuring this I have seen is looking at the length of the tasks that AI systems can perform. And the trends we see there are that the length of these tasks is doubling roughly every 7 months. So in March 2025, AI systems could carry out half of the tasks that took human professionals 1 hour to complete. And that means in October, if this trend continues, the AI can carry out half the tasks that take professionals 2 hours to complete. And in summer 2026, we have reached 4 hours and so on. And this is for specific tasks and measure. It's a lot of uncertainties in this trend, but it's probably the best measure we have so far. And this begs the question, of course, can AI become as smart as humans? And few people think that human intelligence is some kind of natural limit for how intelligent you can get. I mean, we have AI systems and also pretty dumb computers that really outsmarts us in specific areas, like playing chess and things like that. And for a number of years, AGI, artificial general intelligence, meaning AI at human level, has been some kind of important comparison or important line to aim for or compare against. But this is increasingly a questioned concept because it's so difficult to compare AI, artificial and human intelligence, because we have so different profiles in our competencies. Instead, more people are talking about recursive self-improvement as an important threshold, which means when AI is capable of building the next version of AI, and in that way accelerating the advancements even further. And there are some kind of benchmarks, measurements we have for tracking this progress, and AI systems are making progress in a pretty rapid pace also in this case. So AI is a strong power, and it means that we have competition for the resources and the power that AI gives us. It's already today an important geopolitical power factor, and it's absolutely growing. We have people talking about the Manhattan Project for AI, which signifies that we have AI is of a matter of national security, or will be pretty soon. Right now, for some time now, access to computer chips, the best computer chips, is currently what's limiting AI development and AI use the most. But within a few years, if these trends continue, it will instead be energy that is limiting AI, because these data centers being built are getting so big that you need basically nuclear reactors, that kind of power to fuel them. United States of America is the leading nation when it comes to AI. Most of the leading AI companies are in the US. China is on a close second place, and the US is trying hard to keep them at a second place, partly by, or mostly by, having export restrictions on computer chips. And one particularly interesting part here is Taiwan, this island right off China, where the vast majority of AI computer chips are being created. And China thinks that Taiwan is a part of China. Taiwan doesn't really think that, and the US definitely does not think that. And people estimate that the risk of a Chinese invasion is between 30 and 40% looking at a 5 or 10 year horizon. And Chinese invasion of Taiwan would, of course, affect the AI world very much, but it would affect the rest of the world probably even more, because we have hot conflict between great powers is not a good thing in many aspects. It doesn't have to be a war, of course. It could be blockades and things like that instead. So it doesn't have to be an invasion. So, scaling down a bit, what should we do? What does this mean for society? This is from a Swedish perspective, but I expect that it applies pretty well to other countries as well. We have a capability overhang when it comes to AI. It's important to understand that we don't need any more technical breakthroughs to automate quite a bit of the work that is today carried out on computers. What you need is collecting data to train AI models to carry out various tasks. And in many cases, it is economically motivated to collect this data. It doesn't require big research efforts, but only just hooking up computers and making people do their tasks and collect the data from them. And that is something that can do by startups and small actors as well as the big companies. So we can expect that this will happen pretty soon. And this is interesting because human intelligence is today limiting very much of what's happening in our society. It could be like running mines and excavators to controlling fighter jets, doing research, political analysis. Many of the things we do in society today are limited by human intelligence. And it's very difficult to predict what will happen when we can automate a lot of this human thinking and let computers do it instead. It will probably, a lot of the processes we have today will probably change dramatically due to this. And we can expect that, trends today make me believe that large organizations, thousands of employees, will be overtaken by the small companies, small organizations with 15 employees that can move rapidly and make use of this kind of technology. And this is not only for companies, but also societal institutions. We can expect, we should prepare for small organizations, small actors being able to overtake many of the things that society are providing today, which is challenging, of course. So, what should we do? Well, to start with, we should do everything we can to become better at using AI. And not just a few of us, but throughout society. Everybody should become better, learn more about using AI. So we can use this power in a good way and create better lives for us and a better society. Secondly, we not only using AI, but also understanding the technology, increasing our AI literacy. Meaning not only the practical use, but what does it mean for society? What's the pace of development? Who controls this? What should we do? What should we not do? Things like that. Then we should also prepare for large and rapid changes. Society is not prepared for these kind of quick changes that the capability overhang we have from AI can bring. That means that we have to increase our readiness for action. We have to make forecasts frequently and prepare for different outcomes and update regularly. We also need to secure access to vital resources and assets like computing power, energy, and not least expertise. Having top competence is important to use this AI power in an efficient way, but also in a wise way. And I also want to mention contributing to investments in trustworthy AI. We don't understand these systems very well, and that is a problem in several aspects. One of them is that we are kind of limited from using them in high-stakes environments, but we might be forced to use them in high-stakes environments anyway, because others will do that. And if we don't do it, we will be outcompeted in one way or another. And that brings risks, of course, and increasing trustworthy AI will mean that we can get more out from AI and also decrease the risks from the technology. That's it. Thanks for listening. You can find me at some of these links. If you have any comments, please let me know. I'm always interested in learning more. Thank you. Bye.